What did you come back for? This? Do you usually return to the scene of your crimes?
Spindoe's wife, Sheila. Another casualty in the battle for greater criminal London. The river, its boundary, north against south. Alec Spindoe. He lost the south and Sheila to Eddie Edwards, who thinks he's in partnership with Henry Mackelson, who controls the north. But the river line means little to him.
All right, your way. Spindoe had no motive. Just none. Bloody none.
Well, did I say that?
The obvious is too obvious. Spindoe was happy. So delirious to be out of prison after 5 years that he just didn't mind his wife taking up with Edwards. The man who'd stolen all he ever had, who'd muscled in on all his richest pastures of crime from Battersea to Elmer's End. He didn't even mind that Larry Bolsover got chopped up. We presume by Edwards. Oh, no. No motive.
Something's itching you, Derek?
Yes, you are.
You mean you can't think straight wondering what I'm going to do with my cigarette ash?
Oh, thank you. Listen, hasn't the maid identified it? Or did I dream that? Our first real chance to get Alex Spindoe.
5 past opening time.
Bill, will you please...
No, Derek. And my name's Sir just at the moment.
Found near the gate, sir.
Was it? Someone doesn't even care. Steady, Derek. Spindoe's so inflamed with motivated jealousy, he's bound to have left his careless prints all over it. Just for you. Griffith, your department.
The pathologist is here, sir.
Right, bring him in.
Need I congratulate you, or have you already done that for yourselves? No, I'm pleased, quite pleased. The police can't afford to ignore the obvious, and Eddie Edwards doesn't know how to. Yes, it ought to do for a few days at least. Though the gun flung into the shrubbery strikes me as a little old-fashioned.
Well, you said make it look crude, Mr. Mackelson.
Yes, it's only looking at you. I'm wondering if I didn't overemphasize that side of things just a little. No, it'll do, it'll do. Before you go, just put on these again, would you, Dearsley? And the hat. Is that how the maid saw you?
Yes, sir.
Ah, perhaps you would have deceived me, too, had I only seen Alec once, as she had. Ah, thank you. You'll receive my tangible gratitude in the usual way.
Thank you, sir.
Yes? Who? Oh, Renata. Spindoe's come back, has he? Yes, I'm sure he is very puzzled, but then so am I. How could he know so soon? It was meant to be a surprise.
Went down to see Sheila. He found her, and she was lying beside her bed, and her blood was... Henry, did you...
Renata, you know better than to ask superfluous questions. Why take on more responsibility than you might be able to manage? Where are you speaking from? I see. Well, now listen, Renata. When you get back to Spindoe, you've got to get him out of the flat. Out of it, do you understand? Because...
That's what Alec thinks, it's Eddie. He thinks Eddie's trying to frame him, and But the fact that it's Sheila...
Renata, I'm not interested in what Alec thinks, but what Eddie thinks. Now listen again, hard, to me.
Where is she? Where? Get out of my way!
Oh, Sheila.
You get away from her, you bloody vulture! Oh, Sheila. Sheila, my
Mr. Edwards, I shall require you to make a statement.
Haven't you got him yet? He killed her. Bastard. Couldn't take it. The facts. Wouldn't believe them. This is what he does.
Sheila Spindoe was murdered by persons unknown.
Yeah, by Spindoe.
I said persons. There were 2 men. I think you can help us.
Well, what more do you want? I tell you it was Alec. If you don't get him, I will. Take your hands off her and me. Get him off! Get him off!
Don't be a fool, Edwards. You've got questions to answer. You know that.
I've answered them. What else is there? You get Spindoe. He threatened her in front of me. What more do you want? You want a description?
I'm asking you to take this seriously.
Great God, What are you doing here?
Knitting motives while I wait. So far, I've got 1 plain and 2 pearl.
Did you kill her? For him? He works for Spindoe. Have you asked him?
We start with you. Come on.
Not so close, Sonny.
Did you?
Did you? Come on, you bloody snoop. Did you? Oh.
I'm sorry. I forgot the law was still protecting me.
Well, I couldn't have done that, Mr. Scaliger. Well, now we've all recovered from our initial grief, perhaps the law can proceed. Take him down to the car. Peach, you stay here. Your conclusions will, I'm certain, reassure Mr. Edwards. Though for myself, I'm still interested in Alex Spindoe's situation.
I keep seeing her.
Alec.
Anybody but her. Anybody. Oh, I know she'd gone to Eddie. Taken everything we had. But anybody.
Really loved Sheila.
Don't know if that's what it was called. I don't know. We lived in some sort of a world before.
Would you like some coffee, Nilkotson?
Yes. Yes.
And us.
Huh?
Don't we make some sort of a world?
Eddie doesn't fit. You're too fat. I keep trying to piece it together, and always fit is a wrong shape. And the letter, Scaliger and the letter.
I don't know what you're asking now.
Oh, Scaliger, he's a hired friend. It was he rang me and told me Eddie had gone out. It was my last chance to see Sheila before I... See, I'd sent her an ultimatum, do you see? If she didn't come back to me, I would kill her. But that was going to be tomorrow. It would have been tomorrow. I mean, who would kill her today?
It just didn't make sense, does it?
Ah, it does, yes. It does. To someone. Somewhere. I asked her in the letter if she really wanted to die. That's what I wanted to know. That's why I went down there today. And there was Scaliger saying he'd seen me. Already. Me. There.
Like somebody dressed to look like you.
Yes, yes. Has to be. Doesn't it? But who? And this letter. I only posted it this morning, yet Scaliger had it already. Said he found it there by her body.
It's only a local post, isn't it, from here to Purley?
Yes, but I intended it to come tomorrow. Everything was to be tomorrow. Who's trying to hurry me, Renata? Who is it? Who?
Would you Would you kill Sheila tomorrow?
Hmm?
Or your letter? Would you really carry out your threat?
I think so, yes.
And this man Sculliger, what does he think?
Oh, he called the police. Said he'd wait for them.
Well, then you can't stay here, can you?
Well, where else do I go?
But, darling, look, we've been seen at the club together. It's not going to take the police very long to find
yes.
His man's waited to tell them.
I know.
But, Alec, they can hold you. I mean, even if this letter doesn't fit, even if whoever it was didn't know, the police will... Alec, I cover for you. You could come back here afterwards. And you can't just sit here now.
Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can tell them that I intended to kill her, but not yet, not today. I wonder if they've found the murder weapon yet. She was shot, Renata.
I know, but does that really matter?
You
I mean,
haven't-
the police can hold...
You haven't made the coffee that you went to such trouble to get.
I'll make it.
No, there isn't time. Is there? You say I must be out of here. Who's hurrying me, Renata? Try to remember me. I may well come back if things get difficult.
What will you do, Alec?
Oh, that all depends on what I discover outside, doesn't it? No.
So Spindoe's erring wife is dead? Or didn't you notice?
So at the time of her death, you were visiting your mother?
You check. I gave him the address.
Well, I don't think I can be bothered to go all the way to Lewisham. In any case, I don't doubt your story. Seen Henry Mackelson lately?
You check about, don't you? Investigate Sheila's murder, not as my friends are.
So you admit Mackelson to be a friend?
We know each other.
You couldn't have been conferring with him rather than taking tea and tinned fruit with Mother.
What would we talk about, Inspector? Now, charge me with something or get out!
Thank you, Mr. Edwards. Oh, by the way, Forensic are still working on Larry Bolsover's body. We may have to talk about that soon, too.
Get out. Get Spindoe.
Any assistance I can give, of course, I will, Eddie. I'll get my people moving. Poor Sheila. So often it's the innocent bystander who... I want Mr. Webster, please. I'm truly sorry, Eddie. I'm getting them moving now.
Thank you, Henry. You know I could rely on you. Thanks.
Not at all. It's the least I could do. Arthur, Alec Spindoe is being looked for by Eddie as we expected. Now, if Alec crosses the river, we'll give him as much house room as he needs. Make that clear to everyone, will you? Thank you.
Hans! I want Spindoe, fast.
They're all ready to go.
You told them?
When I heard, to stand by.
That was very sharp.
But
of
I
you.
thought you'd want...
Yeah, very sharp, Hans. But I like pressing the button.
I'm sorry, sir.
Don't go Norwegian on me. Okay. Press it again. I want Spindoe. Here, fast.
Will I get a
You'll
chance?
get your share. Now get out. I got Sheila to mourn.
fancy for the last race? Alec.
Who?
Billy.
Billy? Billy Humphreys? But you're dead.
So they say, that suits me.
I hardly recognized you.
I recognized you the moment I saw you. All that porridge doesn't change you much. Did I hear you came out to no welcome?
Oh, that's got around.
And yet you patronized one of Eddie's shops.
My shop.
Business booms for Eddie. Sheila welched on you.
Yes. She's dead.
When?
That hasn't got around. Today.
You, Alec? You had good reason to.
Yes, almost. I didn't. I could have, but I didn't.
They'll think you did.
Yes. Why are you dead, Billy?
I didn't care for Eddie's setup. I tried to get word to you inside that he was taking over. But Eddie heard about it. Hans and another one came for me. I killed the other one. Don't know his name or his face. There wasn't much of it left that night, anyway. Then I had two problems, Eddie and the law. So I decided to be dead.
Well, how'd you get away with that?
Put some blood in a jacket, dumped it in Clapham Common, and disappeared. It was enough. The law started looking for my body. So here I am.
Well, how long?
6 months ago.
Look, I'll do it for you, but it doesn't stand a bleeding nerve bleed.
Well, you're going to take some thanking, Billy.
You've got nothing to thank me with, Alec. All your key men are gone. The small ones are all whores anyway.
Yes, yes.
Did you know that 4 of Mackelson's men now work for Eddie?
Yes, I heard that. But not who.
Donald is one. Our white. Trengrove.
Excuse me, Gav.
And Eddie lets them? What kind of a grip has Mackelson?
Eddie thinks he's negotiating a deal with the North. The joke being he's already owned by Mackelson, doesn't even know it.
Donnelly. Donnelly, White, Trengrove.
Hans Bergfeld.
Hans? Hans?
Oh, God. Yes. Where? Okay. Take 2 more and collect. Hans! We got him!
Hans? Eddie's runabout working for Mackelson. Dear God.
You needn't laugh. You've been seen with someone called Renata.
Yes?
Her first surname's Blakesley. She lived with Mackelson until he got past it.
You sure? Are you completely sure?
I don't gossip, Alec.
Shopping, she said, yes. Yes, of course, that's it. About right, me to Mackelson. And the gun Hans is gun Hans who works for Mackelson. Yes, that's it. So that's how Sheila died. Yes. Yes. Billy, will you fight back?
Just what I've been waiting for.
Right. Now, first
we get out of here. Eddie wants a word. Move through from the back and sweep us up like rubbish. Look out! Fire!
you forgot to ask for your key back.
Oh, you can't come back in here.
Why not? I said I'd come back if things got difficult. They have. coffee because you say I need coffee. But more, much more, you need to phone Mackelson.
No, Alec.
Yes. And what does Mackelson tell you to do? Get me out. Get me out anywhere where Eddie's muscle boys can hunt me down.
Please, listen.
Sheila's dead. Do you understand? That shot with my gun. My gun, the gun that I took from Hans, the one that you took back from me.
Oh, Alec,
what did you wrap it in to keep my prints on it? She's dead, do you understand that? Dead to please an old man's whim, dead to frame me.
Alec, I swear I didn't even know.
No, I believed you twice, not a third time. Come on. Now, what have Mackelson and you got in store for me now?
Nothing. I loved you. Oh, my God, I
got the words you used.
Alec, doesn't matter now.
What's wrong with you? Your sense of protocol got outraged or something?
You never used to get angry. Anger's just wasted energy.
And I do now, or maybe I didn't have cause to then, but now. Isn't that how it was? Come on, do I have to slap the truth out of you?
Alec, doesn't matter. Ring Mackelson now.
No!
Well, it seems as if I've got to go on thanking you, Billy. Tell me if it gets monotonous.
You'll get your touch back.
Yes. Yes, well, you've answered now, haven't you? 5 years without female company, you not only get ruttish, you also get sentimental. It's hardly a working combination.
I was lying. I tell you the truth.
Yes, so long as I don't phone Mackelson.
Oh, yes, oh, God, please don't.
Yes, but you've told me now, haven't you? I mean, there's no truth left now to save yourself with. Anything else, Renata, is just breath. Isn't it? Come on.
Alec, please, please.
The angles get steeper. Prices rise. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. Some of us call it the cost of living. The cost of living, Renata. And we invest against it.
No, Scaliger. The maid identified him.
I say again, she was meant to. You put somebody in a raincoat, give him a brown hat, rimless spectacles, the gun Spindoe took from Hans Birkevold, pop, pop, and there you are.
Oh, God. And whose word do we take for that? Just yours?
And Alex, too. Why not? I found this by the body.
Sheila, I gave you 2 days to come back to me or die. Do you really want to die, Alec?
Let me see.
You're very confident of Spindoe's innocence, Mr. Scaliger.
Before you explode, Sergeant, let me point out that that certainly is Spindoe's handwriting.
And you concealed this until now?
I did think of destroying it, but decided Alex's innocence was so obvious, there was no need.
Sir, you must just take
Go back to the maid, Mr. Scaliger.
Yes. She was taken pretty close to the crime, wasn't she? Right next door, in fact. Now, Sergeant, suppose you were capable of a calculated crime of some sophistication. Just suppose. Would you take a witness so close without a very good reason? Like being there to identify the murderer?
All right. Now, let's assume that you were the other man.
Oh, dear. Look, let's start again, from a wider angle. How much do you know about Henry Mackelson?
Mackelson? Ah, yes. Rather more than him.
Then let me suppose, despite your assistant's congenital fear of supposition, that...
You.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Scaliger?
Speak.
For Mackelson, Spindoe was, or is, a primarily unknown quantity. But capable, because of past history, capable of being primed to jump in a calculable way. Now, Eddie Edwards is a loudmouth puffball of some poison, and I speak from experience. But malleable, if you're as big as Mackelson, that is.
Sir, we just got
Eddie,
information.
please. Mr. Scaliger's being almost as intelligent as I am. On you go.
Now, Spindoe had, or still has, if he'd only just get up from under, the reputation of being harder than Edwards. So if you're Mackelson, you get rid of Spindoe first, in order to continue dealing with the known weaker factor, Edwards. So Spindoe is supposed to have killed his wife in a patty of motivated rage, so that Edwards, not the police, will hunt Spindoe down before Spindoe finds out just how much Henry Mackelson has infiltrated his past playground.
Yes. Well, thank you, Mr. Scaliger.
Sir, it's important. Edward's betting shop on Denmark Hill. There's been a fire.
And?
Well, don't you see what it means?
No, what?
It's ready to blow, north versus south.
Derek, a few puffs of smoke on Denmark Hill are just smoke, not the Cherokees doing a warming-up war dance. Most likely just a passing incident in Eddie's search for Alec.
We ought to go down.
No, thanks, Mr. Scaliger. I'm now off duty.
Then I'll go.
Continuous activity is not the same as action, Derek. You know, he actually wants my job.
Whose side are you on, Inspector?
Well, for the moment, Mackelson's and Edwards. It's a question of manpower. They got more troops lined up than I can hope to muster. With a bit of luck and a few expensive skirmishes, things will level up soon.
And then you'll move in?
I expect so. I think I even hope so. But for me, this has already been a 30 years war, Mr. Scaliger. You get genuinely tired. Tired of turning bodies over to see where a face or a chest or a stomach used to be. I'd rather none of the bodies were policemen. Well, thank you, Mr. Scaliger. You may go. But please leave your address. Yes? No, I'm off duty. And tell Mr. Deacon I'm tired of having his reporters trailing me everywhere.
You used to smell a lot sweeter, Billy.
All part of a deep laid plan, Alec.
It's got depth to it, I'll say that, all right. Lean the door open a little, eh? I want to speak to Henry Mackelson. Alec Spindoe.
You realize exactly what you're doing to Renata, or rather what Maxson will do to her.
Well, she shot me for murder. Sheila's murder. It's Sheila I'll mourn for. Hello, Mackelson? I thought it was time that we talked to each other directly, rather than through third parties.
Good. That's what I've hoped for all along, Alec. Didn't I say you would?
Yes. And don't dress up any more half-wits to look like me.
I do think you should come up and talk, Alec. You know, you'd be much safer up here. Not only from the police, but from Eddie.
Yes, well, I'll cope with him first.
Yes, that could strengthen your hand, I agree.
Yeah, so do I. Oh, and one last thing, Mackelson. Renata. Renata sends you her love.
Does she?
Good. Now, we'll collect Eddie while Mackelson's busy.
What in, your armoured car?
Oh, well, look, he won't be expecting us. Well, with all his men out looking for me already.
That's the beauty of simplicity. What'll you do, shame him to death?
Well, you've got a gun, haven't you?
Alec, you still see Eddie as he used to be.
But look, he won't be expecting us.
Careful, you blow too easy like you did with Renata. Eddie hasn't rotted in prison like you. You're putty compared with him.
You talk like Larry Bolsover.
And Eddie killed him. Look, I know you don't like being pushed around, but that's just reality and a flush of her pride. Nurse it, Alec, until you're strong again.
I can't breathe in here.
Alec.
Look, I'm going for Eddie, with you or without you. Sheila dead, Eddie dead. That's my reality.
Still keeping the ear to the ground and the lip to the glass, William?
God, you. I told your secretary to keep you and your colleagues away from me.
I'm a member.
Remind me to resign.
Drink? Maud, 1 Hong Kong Scotch.
Her name is Barbara.
Ridiculous. All barmaids are Maud to me. For example, Alex Spindoe left a wife inside when he went inside, and Eddie Edwards took over his job in every respect. Then suddenly a lady is known to be violently dead, and you all start getting bluffer to my lads than usual. Did Spindoe kill her? Thank you, Maud. You're a very pretty person.
Somebody has to be.
The lustful remembrance to things past.
Cheers.
Did he? Oh, William, we've built up a lot of trust over the years, wouldn't you say? I've had 3 men out digging hard. It's my side of story from the smoke signals. Did Spindoe kill her?
Arnold, I'm tired. I came here to drink, just that. All our working lives, you get you chaps and your reporters buzzing round us. And for our work, you're irrelevant. Except we have to watch what we say in case you use it. Use it. Us.
Yes, I get tired too. Did he kill her?
I don't think he did.
Ah. May I put a theory to you?
Can I stop you?
No. Someone, let's call him M, wants Alec. Let's call him A.
I've heard it already.
Scaliger?
Your men have been working hard.
Like yours. Then someone, Scaliger, agrees with me for once. Do you?
Arnold, we don't usually have to remind each other what can be printed and what can't, do we?
No, but the pressure's building on this one.
Remember that lad of yours who 6 months ago made a big splash with, "Is Billy Humphreys really dead?" He got sacked.
Yes, I do.
I didn't like that article. I didn't think it necessary or relevant. Do I make myself clear?
Yes. Yes, of course you do. So it was you. I dug around, got no deeper than your superintendent. Well, Inspector Tierney, well, we gentlemen of the Fourth Estate...
Oh, Christ, Arnold, not professional dignity all of a sudden.
You have yours, we have ours. I can be loyal to subordinates, too. Thanks for the story, William.
Arnold.
The pressures get everywhere, don't they? Someone's got to give.
So you imagine it was Humphreys who told him of our tenuous but enduring link, which you then confirmed?
He tricked me.
Oh, you mustn't reproach yourself, Renata. But you do realize that I shan't be able to use you again. My work is based on trust, all the more crucial for being unspoken. Still, we can all make mistakes. Once in a while. Well, we'll say no more about it. The important thing is not to brood, but to accept whatever repercussions may occur, and then continue as before, as much as possible. That's what I shall do, my dear, and you must too. Well, I'm getting old, and I need my rest if I'm to function tomorrow. Good night, Renata. And remember, no brooding. What is done is done.
Why did you say you're old, Henry?
Because I am.
I'm not.
Well, you're very kind, my dear, but facts are facts. Miss Blakesley will soon be going. There.
Thank you, Henry.
Oh, you mustn't thank me, my dear.
I'm sorry.
Yes, of course you are. But remember, unspoken trust, whatever happens. Good night, Renata. And use the other car.
Yes, sir.
You're not ringing the bell.
Yes. From now on, everybody hears from me directly and suddenly, like I told Mackelson. Eddie may not let you in without a tie.
I'm not sure I mind.
Stiffen up, you wreck. What you need is a horse's neck. Or Eddie's. We'd like to see Mr. Edwards.
He's out.
Oh. When did he leave?
Half an hour ago.
Well, we'll wait.
Dear God. It's okay. I haven't come for anything except maybe to help. Where's Alec? Can you hear me? I came to ask you where he was. I have some news for him. I followed that big merc, that Mackelson. All right, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. I won't hurt you. God, what a thing. Ambulance, please. I won't give anything away, but you've got to be seen now. Hello, ambulance? Would you come to 18 Wharfdale Mansions, West Norwood? A woman's hurt her face. Christ, you can't cover up something like this. You've got to get to a hospital. You don't have to say anything. If you don't bring an action, the law's virtually helpless. Meanwhile, I can help, okay? Who, me? Oh, I'm St. Christopher. Now lie still. Just lie still. I'll see you.
You've been out looking for me. Well, here I am. Well, seems I always get your gun hands. I hope this one brings me better luck. Now, where's Edwards?
How should I know?
Like this?
I'm already dead hands about inconvenience me to kill you.
He means it. Billy Humphreys. Now, come on, where is he? Mackelson won't mind. Where's Edwards?
Dropped him at the club. The Alaskan Crab.
Good. Find the rope. We don't want him walking in his sleep, do we?
Oh, Lord, don't you ever stop?
Nope. I thought you did. Right. I've got something from that betting shop. Billy Humphreys.
Billy Humphreys?
Yes, not so dead after all.
He was there?
Nope, but one of the witnesses to the fire thought it was him that started it.
There'll be something for you to follow up, won't it? What size shoe do you take, Derek?
Shoe?
Yeah.
9.5.
I take 10s. Still, if you wear thicker socks, you shouldn't get too many blisters. Would you like to hear what I've written to the Deputy Commander? Dear Donald, you will have read the report by Arnold Deacon this morning. It was solely due to my indiscretion this ill-advised article came to be written. I feel I can only apologize by resigning, and I herewith tender my resignation, which I ask you to accept. That Deacon betrayed the trust we have come to accept from the press is obvious, but that is no excuse for me, nor will I accept one. I have grown old and tired in the wars. When you are considering my successor, may I draw to your attention the integrity and competence of my assistant, Detective Sergeant Derek Peach, yours, etc. You see? Betrayed all my trust.
Dirty trick to play.
So new blood is needed. More blood all the time.
Deacon. I'll have to be careful.
You will be, Derek. You will be.
Damn him, I'll give her the best bloody funeral money can buy. Swear to God, Jenny, I cried like a child. Like a child. If you find it so embarrassing, why don't you leave? Go on. Out! You'll understand, Jenny. There's times when a man can cry and not be ashamed of the tears scalding his cheeks. Oh, my Sheila. There's not enough flowers in the world to show what I feel. Not enough lead for Alec.
He'd take comfort from anyone. Keep yourself in reserve, Billy.
There's nothing anybody can say, Eddie, but lots they can do.
Yeah. I got the boys out now looking for him. Oh, I'll screw him down so hard.
Of course you will, Eddie. But can't I help too?
You are, Jenny. You're a good kid.
Goldie's even got a black armband.
You won't get out alive, Alec.
Did I even say I wanted to? Sit down, Eddie. Move.
Lose yourself, Jenny.
You can't console him now. I suggest we talk quietly, if you can. If you get loud, I shall kill you out of hand. I don't care who sees or who knows.
Damn, you're a fool, Alec.
I'm already wanted for Sheila's murder. Yours won't make any difference.
Alec, you came to deal, didn't you? Admit it.
You mean you hope that I want to deal?
Why kill Sheila?
Hasn't Hans told you?
Hans? What's he now?
Ask him. You'll find him when you get home, all trussed up, ready for roasting.
What can he tell me?
What he tells Mackelson.
Ha! You are a fool!
I said I wanted quiet, Eddie.
You think I wouldn't know if Hans was rushing on me?
Yes.
I was prepared to talk to you. I thought maybe you'd learned something these last 2 days. Christ, Alec! Henry and me, we trust each other. Like that. That's why you're so far out in the cold.
You always drank too much, Eddie. You never liked to see the edges of things.
I see everything. I see you, Alec, even though you're so small. Henry and me, we merged today. All our interests, north and south. You think you can break in on that?
You mean you didn't mind Mackelson killing Sheila?
Why should I believe that?
Because it's true, perhaps? Where were you when she was killed? In Hampstead? Discussing the merger?
Henry?
The gun that was used to kill her was taken from me, the one I took from Hans. It was stolen from me by an employee of yours here, Renata, who stole it from me at Mackelson's request.
Nah, it's so fancy, Alec.
Is it? Hans came here for his gun, to Renata. And who did Hans give it to? Who? And who had most to gain from urging you in the quickest way possible to get me? Who? Because Mackelson likes negotiating with you, Eddie, because you don't see the angles catching on the edges of the things that really matter, because you talk before you think, hoping that somehow the words will trap whatever it is that you imagine you're being clever about. Because Mackelson knew that I had reasons 10 times over for brushing you aside, but he wasn't sure if you had for me, because you got flabby, Eddie, and got confident. And you might not even have bothered with me. You thought you were so strong. But Sheila, that was someone you would bother about. That would move you. And it did, Eddie, didn't it? Because Mackelson wants to go on dealing with the man who thinks about himself as he deals, not about the deal. And the deal, Eddie, the real deal, is almost done. And slowly, so slowly that you will hardly notice, Mackelson is going to let all the air out of you, Eddie, until he owns it all.
Ah, you're lying.
No. Think, Eddie, if you can. But I am not having you give what's mine, my property, to Mackelson, without you even knowing what you're doing. Now get up, Eddie.
You can't.
Neatly. When Mackelson and I deal, Eddie, there won't even be your ghost at the wedding. Now, turn around and walk slowly ahead of me.
Okay, Alec. Okay, I believe you. Mackelson, bastard. You and me. Maybe I don't always see. You and me?
No. My deal with you now, Eddie, needs no more words. No more words. Now turn around and walk slowly.
Hello, Alec. Been looking everywhere for you.
Yes, well, maybe that's why we missed each other, Scaliger.
Mr. Edwards, you don't look so good as the last time we met. Alec been bullying you?
Scaliger, I don't need you now.
No, but you did. The law sees things our way now, Alec. Huh? So it's you ought to be...
Scaliger! Keep very still, Mr. Scaliger.
Once a middleman, always a middleman. And why don't you two shoot each other through me? Then it'll really be public. Then you can both get life and chew each other to death during Her Majesty's pleasure.
Hard luck, Alec. Next time I won't be alone. Alec, you...
Oh. Call me what you like. I've just saved you for another day. I've already got you off of one killing you didn't do. You needed me then. And I'll need paying. As for Edwards, when you do kill him, I hope you'll do it more cleverly. Funny. I thought I was lending a helping hand.
Is that how you reward all our friends?
Go! Go! Get out! Get out!
We needed him.
Go.